Welcome back. Michael at Wickerson Studios. Proposition 32 says that straight lines joining equal parallel straight lines on the same side of themselves are equal and parallel. Basically, how to make a what is it? Rhomboid, rhombus. Give me a second. Yeah, rhombus and a rhomboid are two different things. I think if equal lengths to a square is a rhombus, I could be wrong, and a rhomboid. I think a parallelogram is another good word to give it so you don't get confused by it. But basically, there's an illusion going on here with the yellow as I wrap it around, which is pretty interesting, the way I've generated the rhomboids or parallelograms. But still, it's pretty nice because I have a vertical. I've got triangles actually building up the sides. You could step these points. You don't have to just come from the point in the center. I've defaulted to that and pushed it in the negative as well because I like the kind of triangular design. But because it's kind of overlapping and doing things like that, it might be good to just play with the script, and then as you start to bring these lines or points or offset points, everything's driven by vectors. I'm actually shortened this point down. Anyway, you have to analyze it in the top view. It's pretty simple. The way you analyze what's actually happening here is to remove the Z component and just take a look at things away from the surfaces. So even though those are visually there to make it more interesting, you can start to really understand what's going on here through selecting your curves, selecting a few of them, and seeing what's happening as we actually roll that around a circle. What's nice with all of these models is they actually get constructed, and if you want to see what's really happening on a minimal level, just bypass the ranges. Don't even worry about it. Just Control-Shift, bring those back to the sliders, and you can see how basic and easy this is for you to control different points of that parallelogram or rhombus. So just giving really nice control can produce some incredible models if you just pull it into 3D. So that's the simplicity of this series. It's as simple as Euclid's Elements itself. They don't function as proofs. They function as statements and evidence of things working. And if you wanted to prove it through using Grasshopper and Rhino, you would have outcomes of angles and lines and conditionals, and you'd logically put things together and possibly build a second script that was dependent on the script, and you'd see where the evidence of things is there. But because there wasn't tools like this that were in existence, you had to prove it by using algebra, geometry, and just kind of figure it out on its own. A little bit of trig. I really like Grasshopper 2. I'm going to stick with it because as things change and evolve, I just think it's the best thing since sliced bread. So let's. This one's playing over here. I'm going to want to take this one over to here for the range, so I can just play off of that in 10. And if it does get confusing on this, you can always limit your range numbers. I think 3 is a nice sample to still have visual control over what's happening. That way, when you plug in the ranges, we'll just have to make sure these are plugged through here. It's pretty simple to play with these scripts. There you go, 3 rotating through, so you can have 4, and it is the illusion kind of, you can see the optical illusion of it wanting to roll over into itself, kind of like a cylindrical form. That's totally just an illusion. I mean, if you take a look at that in this model, you can see that you're totally dealing flat, and it's that kind of optical illusion of what's happening, even though you're just rotating and moving these squares, and that can be a very interesting thing in and of itself as these undulate through and move around. And you may lose yourself in that optical illusion, but if you take off the this, I'm just going to copy this once. I'm going to delete this one. You can see that the optical illusion comes through a little better when dealing with 10, because you can see kind of a transition of what's happening. But as you get your head into geometry, it's pretty amazing because you're literally just drawing points, moving points with vectors and drawing lines between them. And you can consider a line just an infinite set of points between 2 points. That's another way the ancients kind of did that. I think that's a pretty nice example. Anyhow, I am enjoying this beyond belief. I'm going to move on to Proposition 34, which states a parallelogramic, I never even knew that was a word, parallelogramic figures of opposite sides and angles are equal to one another. The diagonal cuts them in half. So that I could use this exact same script to do that, which is kind of nice. I could pull this data into here, pull this data into here, and I can pull this data into here. And then you can take a look at your parallelogram, and basically the evidence is we can find the area of this triangle and this triangle, or this one and this one, and find out that they actually match each other just by sheer area. So a simple example is just to change that proof, play off these surfaces, these triangular surfaces, and see if their area is accurately enough within tolerance. So that's exactly what I'll do. Let me just throw back on this visual and throw this visual back on. There you go, the yellow overrides the other one. This one is 3 defaulting to the 0, 0, 0. This one's overpowering it. Anyway, pretty simple stuff. Play with the scripts, have fun with them, choose what to do with them, and that's it. If I leave that there, you see the blue, and you still get some beautiful drawings. And if you are into math and you enjoy this, and you want to build a drawing series, that's exactly where I'm going to take this latest series, which I'm calling on GitHub. Let me see what I'm calling it. I think they're models as opposed to what I was playing with before. The repositories I've pulled together are Grasshopper 2.0, Journey Through Genius, Euclid's Elements Propositions Book 1, Euclid's Elements of Geometry, and now 3D Models Geometry. 3D Models Grasshopper 2.0, which is what this one will be. And yeah, I hope that's not too confusing, but if you've been following what I'm doing, this kind of just builds upon itself. Thanks for watching.